What's up YouTube? My name is Joystick Overwatch. I have a brand new top 5 tips video for you today. We're going to be talking about Wrecking Ball this time around. I'm really excited to show you guys some of the things that I've learned over the last few seasons and really get into depth on what this hero has to offer. So let's get started. Number 1, I just want to talk about Wrecking Ball's initial job / role as a hero. So I feel like this is kind of a hero that has a lot of different play styles. So I'm going to kind of show you how I kind of run this hero. So basically, I would say at Wrecking Ball's core is to create chaos and disruption, right? You want to be making the enemy's team basically existence a nightmare. So what you can do is constantly be looking for booping opportunities, looking to pile drive the enemy's backline. You just got to create that chaos, right? So when you go in and you swing in the enemy team, you know, you're gonna have your adaptive shields on, and you're gonna try to isolate a target for your team to go on, right? So as you look to create opportunities for your team, you swing through, maybe pile drive a certain target, and then you get your team to converge damage onto that target and try to take them out, right? So it's really about a process of elimination with Wrecking Ball. You want to make sure that you're always looking for different or creative ways to engage, and that's what Wrecking Ball is really all about. Number 2. Getting the most value out of Wrecking Ball can be kind of hard because he's kind of a hero that has an infinite amount of play styles, right? But I'm just gonna make sure you guys have a general idea of what you kind of need to be doing to get a lot of value here. So make sure that you always have abilities before engaging. I see a lot of Wrecking Ball play where they go in without their adaptive shields off cooldown, or they don't have their grapple ready, or they don't have pile drive. Those 3 abilities are so important to Wrecking Ball's kit to make sure that you can get out safely. But you really just have to get creative on how you want to engage. Do you want to flank a fight? Do you want to just go straight in, or do you want to wrap around the back line and then go in, or take high ground? There's so many different things you can do with Wrecking Ball. That's why I love playing this hero. And your grapple is your most important tool. You have to make sure that before you engage, that you at least have your grapples coming off cooldown, or you have it, because that's really the survivability of Wrecking Ball is his grapple. Obviously, yeah, you can get a lot of shields when you slam a lot of targets and then pop your adaptive shields. You might gain 500 or so HP. Yes, that's really good for survivability, but if you don't have your grapple, it's really hard to get out of a fight safely. So also, you want to be looking for boop opportunities. Say there's there's certain maps that you can boop targets off the map. Always be looking for those. For example, Nepal Sanctum. If you wrap around to the middle of the point, drop beneath the point, you can actually grapple through that corridor and get boop targets from straight off the point off the map, right? I've gotten so many different clips of me getting triple kills, quadruple kills of just getting boops off the map, right? You always got to be looking for opportunities to do that. That is how you get a lot of value off this hero. Moving on, let's talk about number 3. So I want to talk about stalling tactics as Wrecking Ball. I think this is a really important tip. I don't think a lot of Wrecking Ball players really talk about this, but the value you can get from stalling the objective in Overwatch as Wrecking Ball is insane. So let's talk about a payload map. Say Eichenwald. You gotta push the payload through the entire map, right? So say you just lost the fight and your team is still respawning, coming back to the fight, and the enemy team is really pushed up, right? They're all up in your spawn. If you can sneakily get past through them and touch the cart, and you can literally stall the cart forever. I've done this so many times to teams where they think that they're winning, they're doing so well, but they're not even pushing the objective because I'm sitting there as Wrecking Ball, stalling the cart, and they're not getting any payload objective time, right? So you can just spin on the cart. Usually there's like an Ana or like a Lucio pushing it by themselves. It's so easy to juke them out and like bait their cooldowns. Like if the Ana misses their sleep on you, it's game over. You're gonna be stalling that for another like 20-30 seconds, right? That's like the golden opportunity. If you see the Ana miss her sleep dart, spin on that cart, jump over the cart, pile drive around the cart, you're gonna be golden. Like, it's literally so nice. And your team's gonna love you because, you know, they have time to respawn, get back into the fight, while the other team is really salty now because they haven't even pushed the cart at all because they have Wrecking Ball just spitting on the cart. So, it's just little things like that that you can abuse as this hero, as stalling the objective. Obviously, stalling on like 2 CP maps is important. I think this is a pretty obvious one. Switching to Wrecking Ball when you need to stall the point, it's obviously really good to get, like, you know, you can just survive forever, and sometimes you can even get your ultimate. But personally, I like to run Wrecking Ball like on almost every map at this point. I've been starting to play them a lot more, so I've been understanding like different ways to actually, you know, stay alive and get the most value. Let's talk about number 4. Well, not the second to last. Let's talk about the Minefield. This is Wrecking Ball's ultimate ability. Basically, it's a gigantic minefield that he creates, and there's not like a whole lot to say about this ult, other than it's really useful for like covering an entire objective point, or to use it as like a zoning tool. Make sure when you go in with mines, if you want to cover like the entire point, that you pull out wide and then grapple up top, like super high up, drop the mines mid-air, and then pile drive so you can cover the entire objective. It's really important if you want to like spread out your mines. Minefield recently received a nerf, so it's not as strong of as an ultimate anymore, so it's kind of hard to actually get a lot of kills from it, but it becomes more of like a zoning tool. Basically, if you want to stall the objective again, drop the minefield over the payload or the cart, or drop the minefield over the objective, and you're gonna be looking pretty good. You might even get a kill or two coming back. So, also a little thing that people don't really realize is that, like, say like the enemy Wrecking Ball has like a minefield still on the objective after the fight's over, you can actually just like take a little bit of the damage from that and charge your support ultimates. Obviously you don't want to die from it, but if you take like a couple mines to the face, charge your nano boost or your support ults for the next fight, that's something that high elo players like to abuse. I've seen. Moving on, let's talk about number 5. The best tank compositions for Wrecking Ball right now. I would say Wrecking Ball Winston is really strong. It becomes more of like a divey composition, which is pretty nice for Wrecking Ball because he can create a lot of chaos and allow your Winston to follow up with the damage. And if you run flankers like Tracer Genji, or even Echo just came out. Echo is really strong with this comp. Let's talk about a Wrecking Ball Roadhog. This is kind of like composition that you randomly see sometimes in ranked, and it's actually a little underrated. I would say, depending on how individually skilled you are with like Wrecking Ball and Roadhog, it's a really strong composition. If you're not really new to if you're relatively new to these heroes, I wouldn't recommend Wrecking Ball Roadhog. They're both like high skill ceiling heroes, but it's a composition that can work, and I've seen it work really well. Next would be Wrecking Ball and D.Va. I don't really love this comp, but like obviously they're both kind of divey oriented heroes. It can work, but again, it's kind of similar to like your D.Va has to be, you know, in the fight and out of the fight without losing mech. Like that's a composition that's really tough to run, but it can work. Next is like the other tanks. Reinhardt, Zarya, Sigma, Orisa. I don't love these heroes with Wrecking Ball, but obviously they can work. Wrecking Ball is kind of more of a all over the map hero, which is fine. And like those other tanks can like anchor the point or like touch the point. So like it definitely works. But you know, you have to make sure that like you're not just being a Wrecking Ball that never like coordinates with the other tanks. Like, you can coordinate like a little bit, like Graviton Surge and Mines is pretty good. Sigma ult with Mines is pretty good. Orisa Pull and Pile Drive. There's a lot of things you can do these combo with these other tanks, but it's really about like communication in that sense. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support with these educational videos. I realize that they're really scuffed. I don't have the best editing tools in the world, but thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys want to catch my gameplay live, I stream almost every day on Twitch, so I'll leave the link for that in the description, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.